And like everyone, it's good days and there's some bad days. So I am trying to take what I'm learning in my interpersonal conflict and apply it to my intrapersonal conflict. But that's that again, that will come eventually. I don't think that is something that's going to ever be perfect. You're always going to be fighting with yourself on certain things. But I'm at least trying to lessen that gap.
Yeah, I've heard somewhere. I heard that whenever you're excelling and you're being a winner, you're going to feel like you're not doing enough. And
Absolutely.
that I think is what is going on with you, because there may be a time where you slip up in some aspect and you know that you could have made that choice to not slip up in that certain aspect. You take
Absolutely.
an extra, you're like, you know what, I'm going to watch a show tonight. I'm going to stay up an extra hour. And then the next day you're really tired and you're like, I know it's because I watched that show last night.
Yeah.
And it irritates you because you know you could have avoided it. And even though in reality, everyone else is watching 2 to 3 hours of shows, waking up and not being as pristine as you're being.
Yeah.
But you personally, you have, it's not even a self-doubt. It's like, I don't know the best way to word this. It's more of like, what what great is, what a great day looks like, right?
Mhm.
You doing everything perfectly right, and you know what that looks like, but sometimes you choose to not
Yeah.
do that completely. And
Absolutely.
that is where that self-doubt starts creeping in,
Mhm.
even though you need to get rid of that self-doubt. Everyone does. I do. Everyone does,
Yeah.
because in reality, you're actually a high performer and a high
Mhm.
level achiever.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. And in these when you put yourself in these situations where you do have the opportunity to excel, that opportunity is going to be there and you know what you're capable of. And so if you're having that off day or if you're not performing how you could, that just feeds into it. And
Mm.
there's so much pressure associated with like you don't have to be that perfect individual all the time, but man, when that stuff kicks in and you have a bad day or maybe you weren't as productive as you could have been, it really does take a toll and it really does add up. And so that's definitely something you have to learn too. Like there are things that can be avoided, but sometimes it's okay. That stuff is going to happen naturally. And you just have to deal with it. And I think that's where, one of the greatest learning points comes from is, these things are going to happen and you just kind of have to deal with it and learn how to work through it.